After a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out of the corner of his eye. Oh my. Hi everyone, welcome back to Scarlet Hollow Part 11. Thanks again for all your support and for visiting my channel. Please give the video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more, and let me know in the comments what you think about the game so far. Okay, so in the last video, we meet Avery in the diner and he promises to keep an ear out for us just in case he hears anything interesting in the diner. We also drank some tea, some dank tea. Now let's see what the library has in store for us today. Reading awaits. Oh, Gretchen, she's like, ooh, reading. Reading's for suckers. Is Silas that guy we saw being carried out in that picture? That was very strange. You know, I'm gonna look at that first. Silas Everett Scarlet was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlet in 1818, one of 12 siblings. He grew up in eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much is known about his life before he joined the army in 1836. He quickly rose through the ranks, in part due to his father's connections, but also due to particular ruthlessness, for which he received the nickname Bloody Silas Scarlet. The federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land in exchange for his service in the Indian War, and he settled into the hills of North Carolina in 1841. That land would become Scarlet Hollow. But it started as a simple log cabin built by Silas's own two hands, occupied by his family of 10, Silas, his wife, Mary Joseph Scarlet, and their 8 children. Wow. So Silas married a woman named Mary, and they had 8 kids together, and Scarlet Hollow started out with him building a simple log cabin. Logging business brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running underneath the entire region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. He saved what he could and brought the surrounding hillside at a great discount, cleverly hiding what he knew about the land's true value. Thus, he had all the resources to found Scarlet Hollow's now famous coal mine. You're finished with this one. Alright, so we learned about Silas, Mary, and 8 children. Okay, let's then look at the hollow mines. Forced into retirement at age 50 due to the war injury from his time in the Indian Wars, exacerbated by his short stint serving as a captain in the Confederacy, Silas Scarlet also lost his eldest 2 sons to the bloodiest of wars, leaving his 3rd eldest son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to take charge of the mine. Under his leadership, the mine prospered, undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railroad industry. Managed to evade the coal union for decades, making them one of the most profitable mines in the country. Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expensive stone buildings, a bustling main street, and overseeing it all, the elegant Scarlet Estate that was, until 1889, the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region. Culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918, it was found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened security measures to increase production during World War I, resulting in a fatal collapse and deaths of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. Oh my gosh. That is not good. The casualties included Andrew Jackson Scarlet's son Theodore, his brother Enoch V. Scarlet, who taken over their aging father during the bustle of the war, managed to pull the mine from brink of ruin, thereby saving the town. Oh, I'm sorry. I read that a little too fast. So, out of the 160 people who died, Andrew's son Theodore also died, but his other brother was the one who pulled that tragic event out and helped them from the brink of ruin. So this is how his family made its fortune. Okay, let's look through the Appalachian folk monsters. A few entries catch your eye. Ooh. Tommyknockers. I'm gonna read all of these. Wampus Cat. A large cat-like creature with a loud, howling voice, often said to sound like a woman crying out in pain. Oh. Alright guys, have you guys ever heard of a Wampus Cat? I think I heard a video of a mountain lion, a sound of a mountain lion, and I think a sound of a wolf, or not wolf, I'm sorry, a fox. And it is a terrible sound. It definitely does sound like it's like an old woman screaming in pain or something. It's like a super disturbing sound. Would not recommend listening to that video at nighttime. I think you can find it on YouTube, but it is not something you want to hear at night. Alright, let's click on that. Often linked to Cherokee legends, some cite the Wampus Cat as originating with the story of a woman who sought vengeance against a monstrous cat demon for driving her husband mad. She hunted it down and, by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people of their region from its evil. Others say the creature came from the story of the woman who wore the pelt of a wildcat to witness forbidden hunting rites. The hunters of her village gathered to perform the rites, and she watched in secret from underneath the cat's pelt, but was soon discovered. For her indiscretion, she was fused with the pelt and transformed into a creature that was neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness alone, feared by all. Her calls are those of great sadness and serve as a warning to anyone who dares go against tradition. Alright. Well, since the coal mine is an important part of Scarlet Hollow, I'm going to predict that in the future we're probably going to have to explore the coal mines. So we probably should learn about Tommyknockers just in case we see these little guys in the caves. So Tommyknockers, enigmatic cave-dwelling creatures primarily known for causing mischief. Oh my. Tommyknockers originated in Cornish mythology, spreading to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in Appalachian mines. They're named for the knocking that can be heard from seemingly within the walls before a cave-in. Oh, jeez. So if we hear knocking, guys, we gotta start running for the exit, if we were ever in the coal mines. According to some, the knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Oh, thanks. Others believe that the creatures take stolen hammers to the supports of mines and collapse them on whoever is unfortunate enough to still be inside. Well, here's the thing about that. I feel like Tommyknockers, if they do that, they're gonna like seal the outside from them. So I feel like that's a little bit less believable, but that doesn't mean that they're nice creatures. They are traditionally thought to be impish, leprechaun-like beings, but some claim they are the spirits of dead miners, forever cursed to haunt their final resting place. Alright, does this have to do anything about the 160 people in that coal mining incident? Are they good spirits or are they bad spirits? Alright. Okay, what's this? A Tailypo? A small creature with a long tail and wide yellow eyes. There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out of the corner of his eye. Oh my. Some small creature had gotten into the cabin through a hole, and before he could even figure out what it was, he drew on his gun and fired at the thing, his hunger guiding his actions. Okay. I would be scared. Do you think that's what's been watching me, or do you think it's Wayne? Oh, but it was quick and ran back through its hidey hole and out of sight, leaving only its long black tail shot off by the hunter's rifle. Guess this'll have to do, he said to his dog and threw the tail in the pot to cook a soup, not knowing what it is, but he's still gonna eat it. He and his dog ate well that night, the tail filling them both up. The hunter crawled into bed, satisfied, and his dog curled up at his feet. He woke up to the sound of long nails scrabbling across wood. Ugh. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot on the covers where he'd been, and in the gloom, he saw two big yellow eyes staring right at him. I want my Tailypo, a high, hoarse voice croaked from the darkness. Go away! He screamed at the thing. But it stepped closer to him, still shrouded in darkness, the sound of long claws dragging across hardwood accompanying his movements.
I want my Tailypo!
The creature growled again. I'll get my dog after you, the hunter squeaked, his voice catching in his throat with fear. But there was no dog to be seen.
I want my Tailypo!
Before the hunter could so much scream, the creature leapt from the darkness, long claws stretched out towards the hunter. No one was sure what the creature did to him that night, but the next morning, all that remained of the hunter, his dog, his cabin was a chimney, standing alone in the woods. Okay, so seems like this Tailypo thing, if you see something like this, don't shoot its tail off. Because it apparently can make things disappear to another dimension. Or something like that. You're done here. You close the book and put it back. I think I'm all done. Let's check in. Alright, if we're going with what Kanika's mom told us last night, I think we can rule out any natural disasters of what brought the ditchlings here. But not nuclear incidents. Looks like our state has a history with those. What about y'all? Find anything? Oh, Gretchen, are you bored? Look at that face. Oh! Oh, this is the cat in the front! I don't think this is Frou-Frou. Before he can respond, a handsome black cat leaps on the table. Stella quickly slams her book shut. Aw, hey Pixel! Oh my, Pixel is a handsome name. You might want to close your book. He loves to rip up any paper he can find. Pixel, my dear friend, it's been too long. How have you been? Hungry. Did Stella bring the good stuff? Haha, don't worry, little guy. I didn't forget your treats. Oh yeah, snack time. Crunch munch. Sorry if Pixel's bothering y'all. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of our books. He can't stand the thought that people might pay attention to anything that isn't him. I'm just gonna, pretend to ask him, like, you know anything about the monsters? And everyone would be like, haha, she's just talking to the cat. Hey Pixel, what do you think about the monsters you saw in the woods? Stella's like, why are you talking? Or no, Kanika's like, what are you doing? I'm an indoor cat. I don't know nothing about no woods. I just hang out in the library, especially now our house got haunted. I'm just gonna make it up. Pixel says your house is haunted. What's up with that? Oh, crap. Did I just give that away? How did you know? I'm sorry, what? I guess Bianna is either psychic or she can talk to animals. We've been living in the library for a little bit. It's been great. Oh, sorry. It's been great. Way more snacks, way more scritches. Except sometimes there's too much scritches. Oh, look at this face. Hold up, what kind of haunting are we talking about here? Unexplained noises? Objects appearing in strange and unfamiliar places? Oh, Oscar, don't get our hopes up like that. Oh, nothing like that, sorry. The floor in my bedroom just keeps seeping blood and I've seen a strange figure in the hallway a couple of times. Okay, what? If your bedroom is starting to see blood and you see a strange figure in the hallway, why are you living there with your 13-year-old daughter? I would have been out. Wait, you've seen a full body apparition? Can I see it? Stella, it's probably just a dirty pipe or something. But what if it's a ghost? It's totally a ghost. Let's go bust it. It's worth looking into. Should I just... Well, there's blood, and we see a figure, so we don't want to assume it's a ghost. So let's say it's worth looking into. Y'all are more welcome to check it out. Maybe tomorrow night? Yes, we'll be there. Great. Yeah, that sounds like a fun way to spend the evening. Can't wait to get spooked by some creepy pipes. Well, that sounds kind of mean. I don't want to say, like, why do you let your cat wander? Nah, for sure, why not? Why'd you let a paper shredder freely wander a library? Why don't you mind your own business? Have you seen this little guy's face? How could I say no to that? Oh, sorry, Pixel. I don't mean to be mean. Oh, Gretchen, she's like, you hurt Pixel's feelings. Leave Pixel be. You decide to leave Pixel be. The cat curls up in the table, fast asleep. Alright, I better get back to shelving. Let me know if you'll need anything else. There's a lot here. Well, let's see if Rosalina's okay. Have you had any luck with Rosalina? Not yet. I knew a team would be a handful, but I didn't think it'd happen overnight. I'll probably head out once you're all done and check in on our usual haunts. Sella, what was that you were saying about nuclear incidents? You were talking about that Goldsboro thing, right? Haha, yeah. Apparently in the 60s, a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke up mid-air and dropped a couple of bombs. Fascinating bit of history there. The first of the two bombs landed upright after its parachute got caught in a tree. Thankfully, it didn't go off. At the time, the government claimed that the bomb was unharmed, but later came out that the only thing preventing a detonation was a single electrical switch which failed to trigger on the descent. And 60 years later, the second bomb still hasn't been recovered. Right. It's conventional explosive disintegrated in midair, but most of the nuclear material was made unrecoverable by flooding. If I remember correctly, they just buried it and sealed it up. I'm sorry? Did you say they buried it? Do y'all need something dug up? Because if so, I'm your gal. Oh, Gretchen, helping us out when we need it. I don't think disarming nuclear bombs is part of our skill set. So the nuke made the ditchlings. If the bomb is somewhere else, why would there be so many ditchlings here? Oh gosh, we're screwed. I guess I can ask this. If the bomb is somewhere else, why would there be so many ditchlings here? Yeah, Goldsboro is almost 40 miles from here. Not that we should be looking too hard at the disaster angle. Whatever those creatures are, they're biological. Look, if you never know... Look, you never know with radiation. We actually know quite a bit. It just melts you. It doesn't make monsters. And a 60-year-old bomb isn't going to explode on its own hundreds of miles away and kill us here. You never know. There could always be a whole underground society of bomb-worshipping mutants just waiting to blow it up. I've missed this. Yeah, I guess we can talk about the veins of Scarlet. So about the coal mines here. Kanika visibly shudders. I get cold sweats just thinking about being in a place like that. I feel for the guys who work up in there. I could never. Speak for yourself. I love a good crevice. That's interesting. What if there's something toxic in the mine poisoning the town? Wayne seems sick. But have we seen any other coal miners are sick? And what about the stranger we met on the bus in the beginning? And he said he never heard from his friends for a while. Maybe something happened there? I guess we'll talk about this. What happened after the mine collapse? The book just kind of glosses over that. There was a union for a little bit, but it didn't last. There's not a whole lot written about the past century here. Yeah, the Scarlet Hollow mine isn't exactly the most ethically run business. No offense or anything. I'm sure Tabby runs the mines better than Charles Shaw did. Still hasn't led the union, though. There's a reason she and I don't talk. Oh, sorry. There's a reason she and I don't talk. Gosh, she didn't have a bone. Oh. be a reason for that. The additions are here to foretell no collapse. What additions are coming from the mines? If there's something toxic in the mines poisoning the town, makes them sick. I'm not sure how to tan, but the mines seem pouring the whole time it's going around them. Mines seem too obvious. It's gotta be something else. Here, I'll talk about Wayne. What if there's something toxic in the mines poisoning the town? Wayne seems sick. Honestly, that sounds like one of the most plausible explanations we've had so far. What about the ditchlings? I don't know, maybe there's some part of parasite down in the mines. Maybe it infected Wayne. And maybe Wayne infected the local wildlife. Oscar, are you hearing this? Huh, yeah, that could work. I guess we can talk about Silas, since we're on this topic. So Silas Scarlet, rich guy from the south. I guess it was a probably different time. Who knows what future nation will think of when we look back at us. Wow, talk about self-made man. Seems like a great dude. Do you think the ditchlings are here for retribution? I get it. It must be one of those spirits ground situations, right? Like a poltergeist. Sounds stuck in the past and building atrocities. It's already practically collapsing on itself. No offense. He seems like a terrible person, but I don't see what it has to do with the bad omens or creatures in the woods. I mean, it happened in the late 1800s, so it's been almost 150, 125 years since that happened. I don't think he's really relevant to what is happening right now. Let's see. So let's talk about the ditchlings. Do you think the ditchlings are here for retribution? That seems tenuous. Assuming Kanika's mom is right, they hear as an omen, but because they're going to do something themselves. And I think we know how I feel on the matter. Ah, man, I guess I maybe picked the wrong thing. So, Appalachian folk monsters. Ditchlings are Tommyknockers. Maybe, but they were like surrounding the dead monsters. That seems a little weird. Do you think Wayne is a Tommyknocker? He didn't really seem like a leprechaun. Now to tell me that Tailypo story, I totally forgot about it. Wampus Cat kind of sounds like they could be mountain lions. Well, if the ditchlings are Tommyknockers, I'm assuming that they're like spirits coming out from the mines, here to warn us if they're good spirits. You know what? I'll say this. Do you think the ditchlings are Tommyknockers? What, with the whole warning thing? Good thought, but Tommyknockers live in mines. That's like their whole thing. I'm gonna write it down though. Tommyknockers are literally just the sounds that happens when a bunch of rocks and wood are about to collapse. Are they? Or are they the sound of mysterious creatures pounding on the rocks and support beams with hammers to cause a collapse? There's simply no way to know. Let's be talking about the Tailypo. My mom used to tell me that Tailypo story back when I was little. I can't believe I forgot that one. It scared me so bad I didn't eat soup for years. I thought a monster might try and dig it out from my stomach if I did. I love that one. There's this old chimney in the woods that I used to think was a chimney from Tailypo, the one that was left after that thing did whatever it did. Now that I think, that's just because chimneys don't burn down and wooden houses do. Doesn't mean it's not the chimney from Tailypo. I've camped out there a couple times and seen some pretty spooky stuff. Oh yeah, I watched that video. You saw raccoons. You're gonna get rabies one of these days chasing after wildlife like that. What can I say? I like to live on the edge. Let's talk about Wampus Cats last. Wampus Cats kind of sound like they can be mountain lions. Voiced like a woman crying out, somewhere between person-sized and cat-sized. Definitely, they are 100% mountain lions. Kanika, you know there are no mountain lions up there. I thought you were supposed to be a skeptic. Oh, Stella, one of these days you'll trust us. Gretchen's like, they're mountain lions, Stella. But the myths are old, right? Mountain lions didn't go extinct in the Appalachians that long ago. Those legends just haven't died off yet. Almost every cryptid can be tracked down to either a hoax or someone getting confused about a perfectly normal animal, sometimes both. Bigfoot, for instance, started out as a prank. Then folks saw bears walking around on their hind legs and got freaked out, and now here we are. You'll get those words when I get the first clear footage of Bigfoot. If you manage that, I will print out a piece of paper that says Bigfoot isn't real and literally eat it. I promise. I'm holding you to it. Let's move on. I mean, the townspeople seem like mysterious, but I don't know if there's really a cult here, though. Why not? You lean in and whisper, and quietly whisper to Stella and Kanika. Do you guys think there's like a cult here? Those cops were awfully suspicious, almost like they're trying to cover up something. Maybe the ditchlings were actually nudist doing some sort of ritual. Maybe the ditchlings were like summoned. A lot of folks here feel tense and close off. Well, I don't want to blame the cops. Maybe I could say this. Maybe the ditchlings were like summoned as part of a ritual or something like that? I'm assuming this barrel we found was some sort of nest made by the ditchlings, but yeah, maybe it had cause and effect backwards. I'm writing it down. It's much more likely that there was a nest than some sort of magical ritual site. Actually, we should check out the woods in the day. We gotta check out that more. I think we should check back. I think we should head back to the woods. We know those creatures are there. Anything else right now is just speculation. A man died up there last night. I'd rather much we at least try to get more information on what we're dealing with before we blindly throw ourselves in danger. The ditchlings are either exactly what Kanika's mom told us they were, in which case they're not what we should be going after, or they're a potentially dangerous cryptid we know next to nothing about. We might as well try and learn a little bit more before we go back to the woods. There's an awful lot of mine-related stuff in my notes. Maybe that should be our next stop. We can poke around, find out if anyone said anything weird. Just to clarify, you're suggesting we go to question some of the miners, right? We are not poking around unprepared in the actual mines, right? Right? Yeah, totally, 100%. I would never. We don't even have a reason to go down there. Good. Let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about mines. I promise, Neeks. We're just going to question some of the miners. And if that questioning gives us good reason to poke around, say a cool abandoned coal mine, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You can cross that bridge when we come to it. I am not going underground. I'm just messing with you. We'll stick to the surface. Okay, good. And hopefully we can find something wrong with Wayne while we're at it. I don't want to be, I don't want to be like sassy. Okay, so I probably want to stay under the radar. Alright, but if we're doing this, let's do our best to stay under the radar. I'm already in hot enough water with Tabitha as it is. That sounds like a good idea. We'd be super sneaky, I promise. I can even keep lookout. Look at us, going out on a caper together. I miss this. Oh, sorry, that was Stella. I missed it too. I mean, sure, it's not under the best circumstances, but I've been so wrapped up in running the store, I didn't realize how much I missed being able to hang out with you. Though, there's something missing. Reese! I really miss that dude. I can't believe how long it's been since we've seen each other. Have you seen him lately? Nope, I've tried to plane stuff, but he's been too sick. I didn't realize it was getting so bad. That poor guy. You know, we could just pop over and surprise him. He seemed excited to meet Bien. Oh, sorry. He seemed excited to meet Bien. Maybe we'll finally get him to leave his little cave. Heck yeah, let's do it. Alright, let's roll out. See ya, Oscar. We'll let you know if we run into Rosalina. Thanks, guys. I'll keep y'all posted. Be back at your haunted place later.